The Legal Lowdown is brought to you by the Pendas Law Firm.
Welcome back. So today's Legal Lowdown, we're going to talk about the subject that's on everyone's mind when unfortunately you do have to seek out an attorney is how much is this going to cost me? And luckily for you, we've got some great answers for you. It's not going to cost you anything to get an answer. Joining me is Lou Pendas and Hayes Mathis of the Pendas Law Firm. And you guys know this. It's probably the number one question you get almost the first time somebody sees you is, how much is this going to cost me, and do you charge for every minute you're speaking to me?
Yeah, this is the interesting part. We're in the business, so this is like breathing to us, and we think oftentimes that the general public is fully aware of everything that we know. And you cannot believe how often we get internet inquiries, or they call us on the phone and, listen, I don't have a lot of money. I live paycheck to paycheck. I just got into an accident and I can't really afford an attorney. And I say, what are you talking about? Of course you can afford an attorney. You can afford us because the initial consultation is free. Actually, any consultation is free. You could call us once. And it's good to really investigate the lawyer to see if that relationship after hiring the lawyer is going to be positive for the consumer, right? So it may take more than one conversation. You could call us once, you could call us 20 times. We're not going to charge anything more. And this is the beauty. This is the great news that we have today. We work off of contingencies, which basically is a fancy word for saying if we don't recover for the client doesn't owe us a thing. We finance the case, which means we advance costs to develop the case. Sometimes we could spend 5 years and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars developing the case, or we could simply write a letter and we get the money for the client. So the beauty of this is no risk at all.
And I think you touched on something there that's important is, as much as the consultation is for you to see if they have a case and if it's, give them
something
advice
viable.
On something viable. The people coming to you should also think of it as a mindset like, I need to find out if these are the lawyers I want to work with, right?
Absolutely. This is a short-term and maybe long-term marriage, if truth be told. We're going to have to work hand in hand with the accident victim. It's not just the initial consult, they sign our contracts, and then that's it. They disappear or we disappear. This is going to involve a lot of interaction. We have to develop the case. That means there has to be an investigation. It also means that there's going to be a lot of interviews with the client. Some cases are pretty simple. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to have a lot of contact. It may require only a few conversations. The more complex cases may require a lot, dozens and dozens of interactions with the client. The point is, we're going to be working hand in hand for quite some time before we are able to secure either a verdict or a settlement and give over that money that they are well deserved.
And I had a case, a real estate case, where the same thing. My attorney said it's a contingency basis. If I get anything, so for me it was like, oh, if you're going to get me free money and you're just going to you're going to pay your services, your time, you're going to pay for your time and all the stuff you've put into it. And Hayes running the Jacksonville office, you're fielding these calls, and so how are you finding people like, are you sure you're not charging? I can just come in for free and talk to you? Are people?
Absolutely. That's the biggest thing that people need to know when they call us is there is no risk, and there's no ticking time clock on when you meet with us to say an hour's up, your consultation's over. We take as long as we need to actually get to know the client, to listen to the facts, listen to the specifics about the case. And as Lou talked about, picking an attorney is one of the most important decisions you can make. And it's a relationship with two sides to it. So, I do run our Jacksonville office up here, and I do a lot of the consultations. And I can definitely, you give us a call and I'll be available.
The interesting part, and to follow up with what you just said, is picking an attorney is crucial. It could really be the difference between a successful outcome and a ruined life. The more severe the injury, the more critical it is to make sure that lawyer has the financial wherewithal to develop the case and is known by the insurance company if there is not a satisfactory settlement, that lawyer and that law firm is known by the insurance company to file a lawsuit and take it all the way to trial if need be. And let me tell you, the insurance companies know which firms roll over for a fast buck, and that's dangerous, and those who make sure that they push litigation when it's appropriate to do so, because litigation for the sake of litigation is not necessarily positive. And remember, we have an ethical obligation to protect the client. So those insurance companies keep a log. The Pendas Law Firm is very well known for litigation when it's necessary and getting the best possible results when needed.
No, it is, and you want your attorney spending time. I know it's, you got to pay for it, but you want them spending time on your case, which is
Absolutely.
a good thing. I appreciate
No
you guys.
doubt.
Very true.
Appreciate you guys being here.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks
Yes.
for joining us. We'd like to thank Pendas Law Firm for making this segment possible. For more information, visit pendaslaw.com or call 904-800-0000.